In the storybook of the 2024 season, we are now on chapter 34. Sacramento, Colorado Springs, a lot on the line tonight as both of these teams fight for the opportunity to host the number 2 position in the Western Conference Finals. Here we go. The playoffs are set to begin in just a week from today. And Adam, there is so much on the line here at Heart Health Park tonight. I have to say, this is a playoff atmosphere. You have all the feels of tonight. And I imagine for these players, this feels like maybe the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, there's no better preparation than tonight for what's ahead for both teams. They're searching for a championship, and you get to play in it. Last game of the regular season, lots on the line for both sides. Colorado coming into this one for a good win. Republic trying to bounce back. It's going to be a really, really fun night.
Well, for Sacramento, they had a great showing the first time out. These two teams met in Colorado Springs, a 2-0 victory. Gale Force wins, but the real force of nature that night was none other than Russell Cicerone.
And he gets the start tonight. He was so dangerous. He's at his best when he's driving with the ball. He's committing people. You don't know what to do as a defender. Do you stick with him? Do I look for the runners? Expect another big night from him getting going into these playoffs.
Well, for Sacramento and Colorado Springs, both just one win in their last 5 matches. It seems like in the West, not very many teams trying to grab a hold of this whole thing. Let's take a look. Sacramento taking on a very different looking team here for El Paso. Bottom of the standings, but almost a revamped roster. Couldn't find the magic at the end, even though a much better second half for them. So here for Sacramento, they've got to bounce back after playing a smaller field on the road. Meanwhile, for this Colorado Springs side, they're coming off a win over Monterey Bay.
Yeah, they got a clean sheet. They'll be delighted with that. They've went on the road in California, got 3 points. They'd love to go back-to-back weeks in California, get the 3 points, finish second overall. Well, we're in store for some fun tonight.
Well, Las Vegas unable to pick up a victory against North Carolina. That opens the window for both of these teams to grab that second position. Who will do it? We'll find out in just a few minutes. Kickoff is coming up, and we'll have 90 minutes to hopefully determine a winner here from Sacramento. The USL Championship is decision day on this Saturday night. Don't go away.
Join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at Sky.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
The Sacramento Republic are brought to you by UC Davis Health and Western Health Advantage, and by Sky River Casino. Sacramento starting 11, Mark Briggs' side here in game number 34. A couple of changes. Russell Cicerone back up top with Nick Ross and Kieran Phillips, of course, the back line. And unfortunately, still no Jack Gurr. That means Dami Villader will play out on that right winger position. And of course, you look at who we should keep an eye on tonight. Let's keep an eye on two guys who have 12 goals on the season.
And for Sacramento, it's Kieran Phillips. What a great addition he's been from Huddersfield on loan. Both these teams want to win this game, and you got to score goals to do that. Kieran Phillips, we know how dangerous he is. He makes great runs. He's really good. Right foot, left foot, in the air. Give him service, and I think he can find the back of the net.
He's been spectacular here at Heart Health Park so far this season. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the 11 for this Colorado Springs side. Really made some big changes midway through the year. They feel like they've maybe found a little bit of rhythm here. Damas Hanya, Jairo Enriquez up top. These are a lot of crafty type players that can find different spaces and different ways to find goals.
And Damas is a player who we've seen throughout the seasons against. He's stayed in the Western Conference, and he knows where the back of the net is. He's lively. He likes to put pressure on the back. Players at the back defensively, you got to make sure you take care of the ball, know where he's at all the time. He's got a lot of speed. He's a strong player. The back three for Sacramento have to know where he's at all night.
Well, all these players are going to be fired up for tonight. Both these clubs know it's on the line, second or potentially fifth. No one wants to fall, each one a host. We have our kickoff coming up next, the final game of the regular season.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Listen up.
Why do you do it?
You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car.
My mom is out there.
That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
A raucous crowd here at Hard Health Park tonight on a sensational evening, 70 degrees. Match number 34, Colorado Springs in black, Republic in red. The kick is underway here for the final match of the 2024 regular season. So much on the line tonight, as each of these teams with a victory would propel themselves to the second position. Adam, early on, you know it's going to be a different look for both these teams. They're going to be aggressive, because here tonight, a draw may mean nothing in terms of your standings. It's going to be an all-out war here this evening.
It really is such an exciting way to finish a season when you've got two teams who have a lot on the line. And it does mean a lot. You get the opportunity to finish higher up and potentially host more games. That both of these sides would much rather be at home than on the road. Let's see how this one plays out for the next hour and a half.
Las Vegas unable to get a win against North Carolina. And we'll scoreboard watch tonight. Memphis is up over New Mexico 2-1. They currently, as live standings go, are in second place behind New Mexico United, who has secured the #1 spot. A lot of movement. Crazy. 2 through 8, uncertain going into this morning. There's nerves, there's excitement, there's a lot of opportunity. And for this Colorado Springs side, this is a team that has not done well on the road. Just 4 wins so far in the season, but here they come flying. They changed a little bit of what they tried to do midway through the year. Enrique sends a cross in. Connor Donovan is there. And it seemed to have worked out well for them. A little bit less maybe attacking-minded up top, but with Ronaldo Damas, you can look for different looks, and this is what they've tried to do. Enrique's got a little bit of pace, and it will be a goal kick for Sacramento. What do you expect from this switchback side here? This is a team that got off to a brutal start to the year. They've flipped it around here. I mean, you look at how they went winless in their first 6 matches, and then they won a tear and won 5 straight.
And they're in a good spot right now, right at the end of the season, which is what you want to be. Got a good win last week on the road. They get a chance here. They've been a little bit dangerous on the right-hand side for them so far tonight. Alder Sanchez just got to make sure defensively him and Lee Desmond are communicating. But I think for them, they're not gonna be too gung-ho early in this game. They'll see how they'll feel it out.
James Chambers in his 2nd season with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Meanwhile, Mark Briggs in his 5th year as a head man of the Sacramento Republic. And they've been dealing with quite a few injuries this year, but they'll have to battle further here. Another 90 minutes tonight. See if they can secure the top 2 position in the Western Conference. Dami Villader back from injury. Good to have #3 back. He's very good in one-on-one position. Hanya trying to push him off the line here a little bit. Portillo's up in an attacking position. That's good to see for Sacramento. It's worked out well when their holding mid has really been playing a little bit more up top. Will we see more of that from Sacramento this evening?
Yeah, he has the freedom, Justin Portillo, to get a little bit higher up the field. Luis Felipe is alongside him. Nick Ross, we know, will start a little bit higher. You don't mind seeing a little bit of interchange. Typically when players are static, stay in the same spot, it's a little bit easier to mark, but when they can move around and make it a little bit harder to know where they're at. And Alder Sanchez,
no whistle.
Fall a little bit too long there.
Ricardo Montero, our referee here tonight in Sacramento. Both teams at 49 points on the year, 13, 10, and 10 for Sacramento, 14, 12, and 7 for the Switchbacks. Sacramento with a 7-4-5 home record. And away is 4-8-4 for the Switchbacks. And Mark Briggs wearing the Old Glory red sweater tonight. He's feeling a bit fired up. He knows how important this is. Not the result they wanted, maybe over the last several weeks even at this point in time, but they can rectify that here tonight at home. And this is where they want to be for the next couple of weeks if they can help it. Hits off of Lee Desmond, but invert, and unfortunately goes right back. What you did see, I think, from Sacramento against El Paso, they go down a couple of goals. I'm sorry, they're down a goal 2-1. The break come in. They made some changes. I thought they were very aggressive. You saw Luis Felipe come in and really an attack-minded position from the midfield there, and it seemed to give them some really good looks against El Paso. Unfortunately, they just couldn't find that final opportunity. Herrera quickly to get it out. You'll see Kieran Phillips applying pressure tonight. Hanya with a lot of freedom on that left side. Zandy, the man who had the goal against Monterey Bay, and an assist from Ronaldo Damas a week ago. And with that, let's take a look at our inactive report, brought to you by Delta Dental. And for Sacramento, no Sebastian Herrera, no Jonathan Ricketts, no Rodrigo Lopez, of course. In Colorado Springs, a clean bill of health. And here's Matt Mahoney, the former Republic defender. Hanya over the top. Flag stays down for the moment. Hanya cutting back. Villader can't stay on his feet. Hanya trying to cross one more time, and Villader poking it free, but not done is the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Phillips battling. And the visitors are able to keep this possession alive, Adam.
It's been a lively start for them. Good interception. Portillo now. They got to find an outlet, Sacramento, and if not, the ball's just going to come straight back to them. You see Duke Lacroix, former Republic player, and a little bit unorthodox positioning for him, more center back. He can do it all. He can play all over the field, and he's a fantastic player when he was here. He was well liked by all the fans, and
he played center back with Charlotte, though, in a little bit of time. So he has, but we saw more of that left back position, left winger at times.
When I played against him years ago, when he was maybe in the 11 when I played against him, he was a striker, left winger. So pretty good, being versatile.
Real, Lacroix, Mahoney, and Rocha, the back four, has really solidified the success of this team. And Real moving now into the attack, looking for a teammate, collapsing on him, and Zandi is able to find it at his feet. This is where you'll see a lot of Colorado Springs patient, move it around. They like to get those second runs in if they can get some hold-up play in the 18.
And they're good at it. Number 80, you'll see him. Speedy Williams loves to get on the ball, make things happen. The issue Sacramento might have is when they do win the ball, again, is finding an outlet, because everyone is back behind that ball in that low block. And a big reason why Sacramento are sitting so deep is this pace of Ronaldo damage. You leave him too much space in behind, that's where he can exploit you. Here is Speedy Williams. He drops into the middle of the party with the deepest player at times, just kind of orchestrating a little bit like quarterback, just pulling the strings. Lets the other two center backs get wider.
Here comes a lazy cross. It's partially deflected. Tried to force it into Damas, and maybe a support run by Hanya. It will be the first corner kick of the evening. And Tyreek McGee, 1 assist on the year, does have 3 goals. Similar numbers to 2023. Cross coming, out swinger. Damas trying to get something on it, is able to do so. He's a magical player, won a title with Orange County a few years ago. Played in San Diego, most recently on loan. And the Switchbacks able to pick him up in the offseason. He's had 12 goals and 2 assists and 31 appearances for Colorado Springs this year. Here's Phillips. And now charging forward. Here comes everybody for the Switchbacks. Damas, but look at a nice run coming from Duke Lacroix. I mean, that's the one thing you'll see. They're not afraid to sell out a little bit. Real, Lacroix, Mahoney, Rocha, they're all going to come up and just sort of leave Herrera on an island. How do you take advantage of that is the next question.
And if he does go higher up, Duke Lacroix in that instance, he wins the ball. You get Williams dropping back into his space. And Danny Vitiello has some decisions to make here, and he's just sending everyone higher up the field again. They don't mind pressing higher up the field, the Switchbacks. They're on the road, but almost luring Sacramento to make those passes, hope to intercept something higher up. You can win the ball, the better.
Sanchez to throw.
And these are the situations where Sacramento have to find a way to get that ball out to their side. You keep it over there. That's where all the numbers are. It's going to take a couple of passes, and you'll have players free on this other side. Dami Villader's in that right wing back spot.
Headed forward by Felipe. And Luis playing a little cat and mouse. And a whistle on Cicerone. He's fired up. And he's going to get a talking to. And there is a Switchbacks player on the ground, I believe, Zandi. And with that, let's remind you that when you start any digging project, make sure you contact 811. It's a free service. allows utility companies to mark their underground lines. Always call 811 before you call. Russell Cicerone, how about just his performance? The last time these two sides met, right out of the gate, the Republic win that game. They go up 2-0, 25 minutes in, assist to Trevor Ammon, and then he finishes up with his own goal. This is a kind of matchup that I think Cicerone thrives in. A lot of space in between that midfield and that back line.
Yeah, and he's fired up on that, and I think he has a good case. There's not much in that at all. He's just got to keep his composure, though. Such a crucial player, and if he can find the form that he was in on that night in Colorado, then he could be in for another good night.
You can tell just how much better this Switchbacks team is from that early meeting. Seemed a little bit disconnected. I don't know if they were quite comfortable in the way they wanted to play. You can see they have an identity going here into the 2024 playoffs.
Clearly, 10 minutes into this one, they have a clear identity in how they want to play. They're kind of expansive, as you mentioned, which could be on the turnovers. That's where Sacramento can exploit them. Oh, and that is not a good sign. Connor Donovan just pulls up his hamstring, I think.
And
we might be seeing a substitution early in this one.
That is not good, and not especially a position you want to make a change. So Mark Briggs is going to wait, but they're not going to take any time. That's going to be Chibi Okebu, the youngster who was with the youth national team for a couple of weeks, and Shane Wheat, who has been recovering back from a broken collarbone he suffered in early August. Both of them are now available off the bench, and you hope that Connor Donovan's ready to go, but you kind of called it quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, and just the long ball going over the top. Donovan just turns and he covers it. He just pulls up a little bit, grabs that left hamstring. And he knew straight away, Connor, he's a smart enough guy. He knows his body. And hamstrings are ones you do not want to miss. We saw Jack Gurr feel it a little bit a couple weeks ago, goes for the sprint. And he's out a couple weeks. I played soccer for the first time in 2 years. Last week, I've got bad knees. My knees felt good, but I did pull my hamstring. I did. Tried running. It was crazy. So he's a little bit lower on that left side. I'm not sure it's something you do want to risk as a coach and also as a player.
Well, especially with the playoffs guaranteed for Sacramento. Now, while they're guaranteed here in Sacramento, that's to be seen how tonight goes. But Connor Donovan, he's up, he's running, so, but it doesn't.
It's you activate it when you're running your hardest. So if he's chasing Ronaldo Damas, then that's when your hamstring's really going to tell you, like, and it's when you get a little pull in your hamstring, what you're essentially doing is you're getting a little tear in there. So when you push it, it can make it a lot worse.
Yeah. Well, for Sacramento, I mean, the injuries this year I've never seen it in the 11 years here in Sacramento. The number of guys going down with significant time this year, and mostly in the midfield and the attack, but we've seen the back line as well. And so it's sort of been par for the course, to say the least, for Sacramento this year. Meanwhile, they've got a lot of changes here. They've got some guys back and healthy. Pirano Villadere back in. Unfortunately, you've lost Seba. And a big part of what they're trying to do, but they've got the talent here, and if you look at up and down the rosters, you'd still favor them to have a good showing in this playoff picture. And everyone's probably asking, what has gone wrong? I mean, the start of the season, I think it was 10 unbeaten. I mean, they just seem to be in form. Injuries started happening. You lose Roro, you lose Russ within a matter of a week. And it's just been hard to find some consistency. And I think that's really been the story here. And if they can find it here in 4 weeks, or 4 weeks in a row, I should say, it doesn't really matter.
It really doesn't matter. We saw the Republic last year on fire, fantastic regular season, didn't win the whole thing. Phoenix did, who no one would have predicted that going into the playoffs.
They barely made it. I mean, they made it to the 6th seed, but it was the last 2 weeks they really were able to sneak in.
And to be honest, I mean, this Republic side, one of the hardest teams to play against. Desmond just overran that, took a lot. It's like one of your golf swings right there. Replace
over
those divots.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got to give it your all.
Yeah. And I speak to Mark Briggs earlier this week. And
about my golf swing?
About your golf swing.
Oh, okay.
That's why you weren't taught. You were on the course as usual. Here we go, Villader on this right-hand side.
You've got Phillips and you've got support on the other side. Here comes Cicerone. It's where he loves to operate from. Ross trying to turn a corner, looking for a teammate. He's got Nick behind him, and he'll find Ross. Ross with a cross. It's saved by Herrera. Not done yet, still in the mix. Good play by Jairo Enriquez to actually save that. Aldair Sanchez, I'm not sure he was aware someone was behind him. Aldair just salivating at a chance there, but a good pressure. The crowd enjoys that effort.
Yeah, that's the first we've really seen Sacramento in the attack. I think Russell was caught in two minds. He really wanted to get a shot off. It was well defended by Duke Laquan. Nick Ross, dangerous ball across the face of goal, and Sacramento pressing Herrera here.
Here it comes. To Villader going low, and that will be a foul against Dami. As Real's to the turf for Philadelphia Union, man.
And his hands were up straight away, Dami Villader. Just got to be careful when you're sliding in, and his eyes were getting big because he knew if he won that ball there, Republic are in a good spot, and he just kind of pulled out of it a little bit. Some contact on Real. He's back up on his feet.
Over the top it goes. Looking for McGee. There it is, turnover. Cicerone's got Phillips to his left, but Switchbacks have been able to recover Williams. McGee, right place, right time as Portillo is waiting the pass from Cicerone.
There's some nerves out there as well. You see both teams, just both players you don't expect either. Williams and Cicerone just passing it to opposition. This is the best kind of preparation for the playoffs. There's nothing better than this. As Damas once again looking to go in behind. He would have been offside.
Well, the Indomitable Club, now they've clinched the 10th postseason berth in club history. Top 4 finish in sights, potentially number 2 of the win here tonight. Get your playoff tickets now. Go to the website, sign up. Can Sacramento make a run?
Different look here with Dami Villader. Obviously, he's a left footer playing on this right-hand side. We're used to seeing Jack Gurr fly down that right. More crosses, but what Dami's really good at, driving the ball, coming in the way, sliding those little passes through if he has runners, and that's what something Kieran Phillips, Nick Ross are really, really good at. So the more you can get him on the ball with a little bit of space, the better things will happen for Republic in the attack. Donovan's still on the field. Hasn't really been asked to do too much since he went down with that hamstring issue. Or I'll say leg issue.
Lower
I am
body.
not a doctor, believe it or not. I know I talk like a...
Well, I think you've played enough professional soccer. You understand the kind of injuries are coming someone's way.
I've hurt myself enough, unfortunately.
A lot of patience here from the Switchbacks after a little bit of a surge from Sacramento. And Memphis, speaking of surging, is able to continue to put in quite a performance here in the final weekend of the season. Meanwhile, Phillips and Sacramento charging ahead. And there's the third goal, 3-1 now. Memphis takes the lead. Here's a cross in looking for Phillips. It was Lacroix there. And Damas, a bit of hold-up play himself, and now a lot of running and shoving, and shoulder-to-shoulder the whistle comes in. And looks like Ricardo Otero will give Connor Donovan a warning. One thing I like about Ronaldo Damas is just his game. He's very adaptable to what is needed. He doesn't have as many assists as he probably should, but he's good in the hold-up play and letting guys kind of make those runs. And also good at just finding seams. He can strike it from distance. He's crafty. Probably is a midfielder and some defender. Not someone you really want to keep an eye on too long or go against too long, because, man, he can make your night a tough one.
He can. He's a good worker up top as well. Loves to put pressure on the back line.
That ball will go through. Left side's Real. Real trying to get to it just enough from Dami Villader. Slows that cross up. A dangerous look from Colorado Springs. And now Phillips in a foot race with Mahoney. Herrera's going to come out of his box, and Mahoney was able to get there. And a misplayed ball there, and Phillips is in on goal. Scoreless still, 20 minutes in.
End-to-end action. No mind seeing that.
So live standings, you have New Mexico 59 points, Memphis at 51, Vegas at 50, Sacramento, Colorado at 50. Now Vegas has the matchup head-to-head with Sacramento in favor of the Lights, so they would keep number 3 if this were to end in a draw and the Memphis was able to hold on for a victory. And that would push the Switchbacks down to 5 because Republic would have the matchup in their favor. So Sacramento would host if this ends in a draw and if Memphis is able to win. Now again, if Republic are able to pull off a win here tonight, they would move to 2nd. Same goes for Colorado Springs. So I think at halftime, both of these teams, as a foul against Aldair Sanchez is awarded in Republic's favor, are going to go in the halftime knowing it's time to get a win. Neither want to go on the road.
Yeah, and especially if you're Colorado and it's sitting how it is, a tie or a loss are the exact same thing. So you're going to throw everything at it, hoping to get that a big 3 points, because also that 3 points could mean you're jumping 3 spots. You're jumping up to 2nd if they get it. So a little bit different for Sacramento. If it stays 0-0, yes, they do get a home game, but
when you look at the bench and who you might call on, Cicerone nearly able to break free. Justin Dillon on the bench, mid-season acquisition for this Switchback side.
And just with that score, Memphis at New Mexico United, who have a considerable lead in the West, it just goes to show that no one's looking that convincing in the West. I think every single team that's finished in the top 8, Phoenix will finish 8th. And that's going to be a foul against Phillip. They would fancy their chances of going into New Mexico and getting a result. They really would. There's not long left in that game. 20-plus minutes in New Mexico. They want to try and turn that around because they are not in the type of form that typically wins you a championship.
Well, New Mexico's last win is actually September 22nd against Loudoun United. Then they lost to Sacramento here at Hart Health Park, and maybe the biggest win across the championship. 4-0 for Sacramento. They fall to Phoenix. They draw with Tulsa. They draw with Orange County, and now they could potentially lose to Memphis 3-1. Mahoney lets it come. Ross is there. Cicerone trying to poke it from Williams.
That could be a red card on that. It's straight to a yellow, but that is a bad challenge. That's the kind of challenge that can break someone's leg, and I think he's fortunate, Williams. Even if he does get the ball, you'll see both legs coming in on this one. He jumps into it, and hopefully Luis Felipe is okay. And the ball gets away from him and just leaves his feet both. Oof, he is a lucky guy to still be on the field right there. And I will say one thing, he does slip a little bit with his left leg.
I think he's trying to hold up. I mean, you've been in that situation. I mean, you're trying to be aggressive. He's obviously not trying to hurt Luis Felipe here. It wasn't malicious. I think he kind of made the wrong move, right?
Yeah, I mean, typically that happens. The ball gets away from you and you're scrambling and you got to make a choice. He's not going to hold back on the challenge. But he just saw, as soon as you kind of make that 2 legs extend, almost make that scissor motion as well. And the good thing is Luis Felipe's back on his feet. That's the most important thing, and I don't think Williams' intent was to hurt him there. Very clumsy, though.
Ross, Viadair's gotten by him, but unable to turn it. You see dropping 5 back right now for the Switchbacks. They started off with that 5-back system. They really did, and they've changed it up to a 4 in the back.
Yeah, and they found some good success with it. I think anytime you do that, you can get a few more bodies up in the attack, which does create some issues. I think for the Republic, they have to find a way of possessing the ball a little bit better, a little bit rushed in possession.
That's off of the back of Dami Viadair, but it's interesting when you look at this 4-3-3 of sorts that they play. Almost Ronaldo kind of comes up top of it. But Hanya and Enriquez, they really drop all the way back. I mean, they're not just sort of floating in the midfield.
And yeah, a lot of teams, they'll have a formation. Republic are similar. They'll have a formation with the ball and a formation without the ball, right? So
Lacroix is going to play it off his former teammate.
So when you do have the ball, yes, get high up the field. Enriquez, Hanya, you're high, you're being an option. When we don't have the ball, your midfielders, you're back. Similar to Sacramento Republic, they have that 3-4-2-1 we see, but without the ball, it's a back five when they've got pressure on them. Really, really tough to break down.
Rocha, right side of Zandi.
I think Colorado have been a little bit more patient when they have had it, moving the ball side to side.
Real coming from Hanya, just a little back heel. I will say we've seen a lot of center backs of teams, and they're just, you know, maybe bigger, but they're slower. And you've got some guys who've got some pace, and Mahoney and Lacroix, two guys who have played right and left back in their careers. A little more of a nimble approach here for James Chambers and the Switchbacks. Real, he'll send it forward, looking for Thomas, floats it over the top. And here comes the press for the Switchbacks.
And again, they get the ball back. That's what they want. They want Sacramento to try and play out from the back. And that is high and over the bar. Rocha tried to cross that one in, or it might have been Enriquez.
And these are the type of mistakes that just drive coaches up the wall. Colorado Springs are getting right back here, deep in the attack of Sacramento.
There's a little, as well, when you're a player, you're like, all right, did we have them a little bit rocked here? Making that kind of little mental mistake. Sacramento just giving the ball away at the back.
Real, a deep throw for the Switchbacks, scoreless. 34th match of the season. A lot on the line. Mahoney might go for goal here. Mahoney with a screamer from distance. He's not afraid. He's got a goal in the year. Scored it early. Hasn't had one since. Thirsty there. Well, secure your safe. The 2025 season memberships are now available, offering exclusive benefits like priority access to the best seats, invitation to exclusive events, savings up to 25%, single match tickets. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. Get on your membership today as Mahoney again sending it through. Mahoney going to Colorado Springs after leaving here in Sacramento. 33 appearances, 2 goals in 2 seasons.
And he caught that one really well. It's great seeing that replay of Connor Donovan just trying to get his head on it. He is not afraid to put his body on the line.
Zandy. Republic. Phillips has it. A lot of bodies. Russ is going to get it on the edge, and he is run over. Just 4 wins away from Widner Field this year for this Switchbacks team, so they know how important it is to play at home. Meanwhile, Sacramento has beaten them at home. This is a bad turnover for the Republic. Unfortunately for Colorado Springs, McGee can't keep it, and it'll slow it up just a tad. Zandy and Williams and company will pull it back.
This is where it's tough to break down this Republic back line. When they go into that five at the back, essentially, 4 in front, and then Kieran Phillips is just going to move side to side. You see, that's where kind of run out of ideas for Colorado Springs. They don't know, okay, do we keep just passing it for the sake of passing, or do we have to try and probe a little bit? And you see right there, and it's not on. They've had more success when they're able to transition, win the ball quickly, and then go forward. That's why they'll probably have to really take care of the ball. It was a careless giveaway a couple minutes ago, and fortunately they weren't punished. Enriquez, a little contact as Sanchez went to clear that. No foul given. Speaking of Mark Briggs this week, speaking about how last season there was a lot of expectation, the way the team finished, how high they finished up in the league. You know, there's that pressure of, like, I think everyone expects us to win it. And the way things have gone, they're almost an underdog, right? I don't think people are looking at Sacramento anymore and be like, all right, they're going to win this thing. A couple months ago, that was a different story.
Cross coming, Hanya waiting, over the head it goes. And when you play a little bit with freedom and loose, things can happen. Good things too.
I'll be offside on Damas, and I think it is. I think that takes a little bit of pressure off of these players. Just, you know, the rhythm, the form hasn't been there with injuries, but guess
look
what?
at New Mexico right now.
New Mexico been flying, and all of a sudden you just, oh, we're first, and people are expecting us to do this. It is tough to cope. So hopefully the Republic can use that. These players can maybe get a little bit of a chip on their shoulder for being written off, but also just play with a little bit more freedom, because if people aren't expecting you to win it, you go and do it. So Phoenix had success last year. We spoke about it. We didn't expect them to win it.
Well, even Orange County a couple of years ago. I mean, they sort of just stormed. I mean, I don't think there was expectations for them to be good that year, and they go and win it all. So I think it just comes together at the right time. And I think the biggest takeaway for me the last month, the guys never quit. They've come into games trying to win no matter the score. And that's good. Here, this is for Ross. That's a foul. That's going to be a great setup.
Nice play of Russell Cicerone finding Nick Ross, who picks up those pockets of space so well. Just the fact that the great ability to receive the ball on the half turn. So what that means is when he receives it, he's going forward, and he puts the defender in such a tough spot, they have to foul him.
Crowd getting into it, stomping their feet here at Hard Hills Park. Scoreless, 30-plus minutes in. Playoff positioning on the line. Home match with a win or a draw for Sacramento. Colorado Springs, they need a victory.
And these are always interesting. See Herrera trying to organize his wall. There's going to be a lot of bodies between him and whoever strikes this ball for the Republic. Russell Cicerone setting it up. Dami Villader with the left foot is going to be over it as well. See Herrera trying to get people in the right spot.
To me on these, can you get a rebound? Can you not commit a foul if you're in that mix for Sacramento?
It's so close. It's really hard to get this ball up and over the wall because you are so close to the edge of the penalty box. So sometimes just driving it with power, hoping it takes a flick, maybe just slightly goes over that wall, but go follow in the rebounds. And Russell's got a lot of power on him.
It'll be Cicerone trying to dip it down. Man, you're right. That distance, it's tough.
Yeah, it's so hard to get the ball up and down. And I think Russell there really just, if he opts for power, yes, it might go right into the wall, but that has got to be perfect, and especially with the length of Christian Herrera.
Yeah, he's got some height, right? It's just over the bar for Sacramento. Neither team has really been much of a threat for the opposing goalkeeper so far.
It's a little standoff here. Herrera's, are they going to come for me? And as soon as they do, the ball's released. And
you can see Lacroix looking up, and it's a header, but unfortunately right into the feet of McGee. McGee surging, Hanya trying to make the near post run. Timmer, one of the better defenders in the league, is able to slow him up, and he just won the ball back. Crowd loves it. You know what? And there's a case for first team. Jared Timmer has been on another level. We know that number one behind between the sticks there has been probably the best goalkeeper in the league, but Jared Timmer, a huge reason that Danny Vitiello has 14 shutouts this year. Trying to play it forward. It's at the feet of Donovan. Lee Desmond looking for Cicerone. And shrugs off Enriquez. And there's Vidiello. A little dangerous here. Flying forward is Lacroix. Duke. He'll find relief to the wing. Cross coming. Good ball in here for Zandy. Zandy back heel looking for Hanya. Hanya's tripped up.
And yellow card for diving.
And he dove, and there's going to be a booking for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, well done, referee. No nonsense. Try and cheat the game. I'm glad the referee took that in his hands. And it's so silly as well. He's in such a dangerous spot. I've been done by too many people going down that easy over the years, but that's...
He didn't even touched.
Exactly. It's just... I hate the example it sets to youngsters as well, so hopefully he can get that out of his game. We don't want to see that. A little more integrity in how you play.
Well,
not a bad thing.
And you put your team in a position now, too. There's 2 yellow cards issued. Williams and Hanya now, both for Colorado Springs.
I mean, and we see it at the top levels of the game, right? So it's, can you blame younger players coming through? That's some of the examples they've been set.
Sacramento's got him a little bit spread here. And unfortunately, just a little careless with the ball. It'll be a throw for the Switchbacks. Well, Elk Grove Charter School, they believe nobody succeeds alone. Come see what a flexible education can do for your student. That's Elk Grove Charter School. And we're in the 83rd minute. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's Memphis with a 2-goal advantage late. And they currently stand in 2nd place in the Western Conference after a loss by Las Vegas earlier this afternoon. Hanya over the top, a foot race, and Vidiello is able to get a foot to it. I'll tell you what, look at this back line continuing. It's all kinds of looks for this Switchbacks team. Zondi's been working all over the pitch, and getting out of this press has been Sacramento. Throws it right down the line, and Mahoney will send it to the crowd.
And they almost got out of it, Sacramento. They just haven't been able to connect enough passes to get possession. Colorado Springs, as soon as they turn it over, they're applying pressure. They're forcing the Republic to play balls that are maybe not quite on.
Phillips being tugged, trying to charge his way forward. Has it taken away by McGee. Gets it right back. Unfortunately, the whistle goes against Sacramento.
That was a really good challenge. Like Kieran Phillips wins the ball back. Ball turns over, turns around, makes a slide, gets the ball. Nothing wrong with that, but it is a tough job being a referee, I'll tell you that.
Villader trying to turn against Real. It's got some room. Villader takes a deflection. Cicerone trying to find Phillips. And just in the nick of time, Duke Lacroix comes up, which potentially a game-saving look. Wow.
And that comes from that threat. We spoke about Dami Villader cutting inside. This time he goes for the shot with the left foot. Takes a deflection, finds his way to Russell, and he tries to find Kieran. Just couldn't quite get enough on that pass. Duke Lacroix was alert enough.
Down this trim it goes. Phillips peeling. Nick Ross with a deflection. Dami Villader winding up. It just skirts over. Took an awkward bounce. Great attack again from the Republic. All kinds of different runs to make there, and they made them all. Unfortunately, they didn't get the goods.
Yeah, and it was well done on the left-hand side. Sanchez, Nick Ross with a little flick. And the tough part for Dami Villader is it comes off his chest. It just sits up too high. And he does really, really well with pressure on him to almost sneak it in there. But when that ball checks up on him, if he's able to keep it down a little bit lower, you get your release your shot much quicker and you can keep that ball down. Good position though, that's what he's in there for. Those balls come to the back post, you've got to be in the right spot.
Nick Ross sent clear by Duke Lacroix. Was part of that 2022 run, by the way. Key figure in the run of the U.S. Open Cup to Orlando.
Nick Ross getting his jersey pulled by Duke Lacroix, but those little extra pieces of work. Nick Ross winning the throw-in right there. That's the kind of thing that can get your team going. You know, just doing what you're good at, right? Applying some pressure. If you're Dami Villadair, Alder Sanchez getting a good cross off. Good challenge if you're Luis Felipe. Portillo, good passing, right? And it's just doing your role, and hopefully you can kind of get the whole team firing.
Dami Villadair got it back. Both teams defensively, they're really putting in a shift already. 30+ minutes, 40 minutes now. Nick Ross is peeling. Nick Ross going to try to get the cross off, but it's a corner as Andy is able to recover. And that's the first corner kick of the night for Sacramento.
These games are so close, 0-0, loads on the line. Set pieces can be massive. If you can sneak a goal off a corner kick, free kick, you'd be absolutely delighted if you're Republic. You get a goal here 4 minutes before the break.
It'll be Dami Villadair to take the corner for Sacramento. They look for an in-swinger here. Connor Donovan, Kieran Phillips, Lee Desmond, all good opportunities. But I'll tell you what, there's always a chance Russell Cicerone is able to just sneak in there after a ball that's not cleared properly. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Can Sacramento find some magic here? Pretty good looking cross. Colorado Springs just in the right position. Sanchez will try to keep possession. Portillo's looking for a teammate. It'll be Villadair. Villadair is going to send a cross in. This is a good look for Sacramento. Just a bit high and easy enough for Herrera, one of the taller goalkeepers in the USL Championship.
That's a nice idea, though, by Villadair. Just needs to be a little bit flatter. Anything that's hanging slightly too long in the air, Christian Herrera is going to come gather it. But you like the way things have gone the last 5 minutes here for the Republic. They've been able to get in the attack, get in some dangerous spots.
And the 89th minute for Memphis and New Mexico, and the 901 with a 3-1 advantage. So it looks like they will propel themselves to 51 points. And right now have second place in the USL Championship Western Conference.
And with those results, it does still leave Sacramento. Could finish, as we thought coming into this day, could finish second, they could finish fifth.
Well, here's the thing, if this ends in a draw tonight, these two teams will be back at it right here next Saturday night. Oh, a high kick by McGee, and he makes contact with Timmer. And another yellow has been issued. And I think Colorado Springs now a bit lucky there not to see red. I don't know if Ricardo Moreno was going to go right to it, Martero, excuse me, but man.
Yeah, it is very reckless. And again, the intent isn't there. I don't think it is, but it's clumsy. Anytime you put yourself, you're not aware of your surroundings. I'm not too sure where that contact was. He's holding his face.
It looked like in real time his boot, but it didn't. So, okay, yellow's probably the right move. They're not. You know what? We've talked about this over and over. You don't want to see straight reds. You really don't, unless it's absolutely egregious. But it's not fun. But unfortunately, it's part of the game. And but now you look, Williams, Hanya, and McGee all on yellows now. That's going to be something to keep an eye on here as we go into the second half here.
Yeah, and thankfully he's able to continue, Jared Timmer. It was tough to see where that contact was made. We know he got his head on the ball. But again, thankfully he's able to continue in the game. That's the most important thing, is the player's health.
And Mark Briggs has received a booking. Meanwhile, on the other side, James Chambers is yelling at the fourth official. So I mean, this is a high-stakes match for both these coaches, and both of them are going to have a few words to say to this crew tonight. So far, it's been officiated fairly well. And I'm sure this is when the job just gets even tougher as a crew, because every little moment can be massive in determining the result. Here's Timmer. He's going to launch it forward. He's got Phillips. Phillips with a header down. It goes to Nick Ross. Oh, what a save by Williams to get in front of that. Nick Ross had goal written all over it, looking for number 5 on the year, and you felt it was coming. And Devin Speedy Williams comes up massive.
A speed bump Williams right here. Just lays on the ground, throws the legs up. And I didn't know much about it. It was well connected from Nick Ross. I don't know if it's going to get past Herrera.
Good move there by Donovan. Just a bit behind Sanchez. And now there's Williams again, putting in some space for a teammate. It'll come back to Henriquez. Henriquez will go a fire one from distance and skips in the 6 before it falls away, but another threatening look from the Colorado Springs Switchbacks from outside the 18.
2 decent hits from outside the box. I don't think either's really going to get past Danny Vitiello from there. Anytime it takes that little skip in front of the goalkeeper, though, it always leaves a possibility of a rebound. Got to hit the target, though.
Almost a Moffat rocket right there. Well, Crystal Creamery has been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Taking pride in delivering dairy you can trust. Grab a glass, taste how fresh local can be.
Sandy's taking his time. He's still on the ground. For Colorado Springs Switchbacks, they wouldn't mind going into the break right now, maybe reassessing. Oh, this half has shifted a little bit more in the favor of the Republic in the second half of this first half. And Herrera again going to take his time.
We first saw Christian Herrera with Oakland and Timbers 2. This one's over the top, looking for Damas. Sacramento's been able to keep him at bay so far tonight. Mahoney's giving it a ride from distance. Enriquez is giving it a look. This one's good run here. Dangerous. Back for McGee. Connor Donovan battling. McGee's able to come back to it. Here's Zandy. It's a save by Danny Vitiello. How many times have we said that this year? He's won Save of the Week 8 times. Someone suggested it might as well just be called the Danny Vitiello Save of the Week Award.
Yeah, I had to be alert on this one because it was almost a quick snapshot from Zandy. Gets his hands behind it. Vitiello goes up for a corner kick. Dangerous play by McGee on that left-hand side. He's tricky to play against. He's very elusive. You don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to cross it? Is he going to cut inside? That time he cut inside Connor Donovan and caused some issues.
Zandy with 4 goals, 4 assists on the season. Here's Colorado Springs with another corner kick just before the half. Back post, Donovan is there. And Cicerone's got a little bit of room in front. Zandy's now on him. He's going to pitch it forward, looking for Alder, who's on the opposite side. And a really soft foul there. But Zandy, that's smart. That's just smart play at the end of the half there.
Yeah, the break was on. And that will do it.
That'll bring us to the end. So no score in the first half of action. Game number 34 of the USL Championship regular season between these two sides. Both locked at 49 points. The winner here would find themselves in second. But both of these teams, they know a draw is only going to favor the Republic. We've got more to come here from the capital of California. The Modelo halftime show is coming up next.
Is it somebody's birthday?
Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second guessing everything. Every coach's decision. Every referee's call. Every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Welcome back to Sacramento, California. The kids are ready to run the pitch here in capital of California. No score, 45 minutes in. And it gives a chance to tell you about just the Fan Appreciation Week and how the Republic are more than just about what happens on the pitch. It's off of it well. They teamed up at the Folsom Prison for a special training session with players and inmates. Here's a look at the club's latest visit from earlier this week.
We're currently at Folsom Prison. We're about to go in and do a little regen session. I'm super excited. This is always a little treat that we get to come in here and kind of give back and help in the healing process and restorative process. So really happy to be here.
Brought our entire team in to play, and have a practice session with the inmates.
The guys will warm up. We'll set up a few stations, and then they'll do a round so you can see what's happening and see what's going on. And then we'll put you guys in the drills with them.
This is a great opportunity for the guys to relax a little bit, have fun, and experience something that very few people get to experience.
Let's go, let's go.
I've been here 4 or 5 times. Really good experience. It gives them hope, it gives them a change in routine, and hopefully brighten up their day a little bit.
Just to have that window to be able to talk to them and speak with them and share our stories and share our experiences, that's been a wonderful experience and definitely impactful.
It's been a very special program for us where many inmates who have been released on good behavior will then come to our office to see how they can thank us for our time, and we bring them out to a game, and it's just been an amazing program. And so we're just so excited to be able to see the fruit of our labor by bringing in our whole team here today.
The club comes once a month where the staff play against the inmates and kind of get to know them a bit and hopefully brighten up their day a little bit.
Don't let him score! Don't let him score! Yay!
This is a special place to our club, and we've created a lot of great relationships and done a lot of good here. So this is it's very special for us to bring our whole team and our players into play.
You see prison and you think it's closed off, but just to have somebody from the outside take their time out of their lives, so what they do on their daily basis to come spend time with us. It's more than soccer. It's actually bringing families together. It's bringing the community together. It's been phenomenal.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming.
I feel like we all make mistakes, and something like this, making someone feel special, feel happy, put a smile on their face, always goes a long way.
A lot of times when guys are incarcerated, people forget about us, So it shows that they care, and it lets us know that we're not forgotten.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch this.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Welcome back to Sacramento. I want to remind you, coming up after tonight's match, fans are going to be able to stick around at the final whistle to cheer on the Republic Unified team as they take on their counterparts from the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, coordinated by the Special Olympics. Unified Sports joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team, create a quick path to friendship and understanding. Republic FC and Switchbacks are the only teams USL Championship to offer the program, and the first two USL Championships will play one another the very first time ever. So very great to see that, hear that. Obviously a great opportunity to play here at Heart Health Park, and should be a fun one after the match. Already an electric atmosphere here in Sacramento, and wow, what an evening it has already been. We've seen an 8-1 score by Rhode Island against Miami. It didn't really matter, but nonetheless, it's just wild. And then coming to the West, 2 through 8. Adam, we didn't know where this would all land by the end of the night, and we still don't know where it's going to land. Memphis, however, with a really big win, 3-2 after New Mexico almost tied it at the death. I mean, this is just drama central.
It is nuts. There's no predicting it. It says final score New Mexico 3-1. It's actually 3-2. That one finished. New Mexico did get a second, almost got a third to tie it up. Oakland Roots, they are going to make the playoffs, and they're losing against a team who's not going to make the playoffs.
And they're negative 19 goal differential.
I think you want to play them.
I do. Republic are plus 13. That's the best in the Western Conference, and it is fourth best in the entire USL Championship. Detroit has plus 14. But Orange County, so how do you think this goes 6, 7, 8?
The only way Republic can play Oakland Roots is Republic win, Orange County win. That would be a 2 versus 7 ranking seeding. But you can't predict that. I
30
gave up
minutes.
doing that.
So for Sacramento, if they draw tonight, they would end up in 4th place and would host Colorado Springs here at Harrell Park. If they win, they would be back up at the 2nd position, and they would be Orange County or Oakland. Either way, get your French toast at the Tower Cafe tomorrow. That'll make you feel good, whatever happens. Scoreless. More to come.
Listen up. Why do you do it? You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car. My mom is out there. That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
This year, the presidential general election is November 5th, 2024. All voters will receive a ballot in the mail and have several options to return their ballot conveniently, including a postage-paid envelope. Voters can also vote in person at any vote center and have access to their ballot in an accessible format, as well as receiving assistance in multiple languages. Be sure to vote early and avoid the lines. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Welcome back to the half. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Modelo, by UC Davis Health, and by Western Health Advantage. Take a look at our highlights real quick. Both teams with opportunities, both trying to impose their style on the other. couple hard-stopping moments, but both goalkeepers been able to keep it clean.
A couple shots from distance. This one was well struck by Mahoney. Didn't really trouble Danny Vitiello, though. He struck it beautifully. And then for the Republic, going in the attack, they did a really good end to that first half. Alder Sanchez gets a little flick on from Nick Ross. Danny Vitiello just can't get that ball to sit down low enough to keep that shot under the crossbar. And 0-0, and we will see if it stays that way for the next 45 minutes.
Well, now the Republic are headed to the north end with the Tower Bridge Battalion and the wall of fans. 11,000 plus here tonight. Another sellout in Sacramento, and they're hoping to see their home side pull off a victory. Meanwhile, this Colorado Springs Switchbacks trying to do what they've only done 4 times before this year, and that's win on the road. It doesn't come easy here at Hard Health Park. The Republic know what's in stake. Memphis with the victory. They hold on to second currently. Las Vegas is in third and have the tiebreaker over Sacramento. So a draw would mean a Republic home match against the Switchbacks here. A win means Oakland or Orange County here at Hard Health Park, and then would host the next round as well should they win that game. And here's Nick Ross. He's got Phillips in front, just couldn't get under his feet well enough. Now he finds Cicerone. Cicerone's got a little bit room here. Oh, it's Sanchez peeling, waiting, recovering his Switchbacks, and this will go for a corner. You just saw there was an opportunity for Phillips, and the timing wasn't right for Sacramento, but they do get the corner kick at him.
Yeah, well defended in the end by Rocha in that right back position, not allowing the cross. Has given away a corner kick though, and Justin Portillo's going to step over this one. Just really want someone to step up. Get yourself a goal if you're a centre back. Well, the referee's not falling for that trick. It's not in. It's not in that triangle. Well, that's not even a triangle. What is that?
Ball served in. Here comes a chance of flying through is Donovan. Thought there was a push. Won't get it. I need a geometry. A little didn't work out. I don't know.
Quarter circle.
Yeah, quarter circle. 3 set-piece goals for Sacramento this year. That's something they just absolutely dominate. I think they had 8 in preseason or something. I mean, just so they felt like this could maybe be a strength this year. Unfortunately, it has not gone that way.
Well, I wasted them all in the preseason. That's what happens. In the warm-ups, I used to do that. All my good shots in the warm-ups, and then get in the game, and they're gone.
So for second half here for Sacramento, what do you want to see here in this first 10 minutes or so?
They've been lively. You get a corner kick. That means you're getting in the attack. So that's a good sign. They want to end. They want to start this second half like they ended that first. They were able to keep the ball a little bit better, get in some dangerous areas. It's been a tough job for Kieran Phillips up by himself tonight.
Got a step here, Nick Ross. And Duke Lacroix was able to keep it in front of him. Trying to get Enriquez to spring forward here. This was off of Enriquez, and a whistle will come in.
But if you're the Republic, again, take a little bit better care of that ball.
Well, you feel like it's just a matter of time for Kieran Phillips. In his last 8 matches that he's played, he's had a goal or an assist. That's 5 goals, 3 assists. So you feel like he's always got an opportunity to create a little magic. You just hadn't seen a lot of it tonight.
And when you have those kind of numbers coming into a game, you with the amount of preparation that goes into the modern game, and you know you're going to be marked pretty tightly. Cicerone wanted to take that early, didn't get the chance to. Zach David, Sacramento down the left.
Sliding is Enriquez. Sanchez comes back. And McGee pressuring. And here's Colorado Springs. They know they got 45 minutes to find a goal, maybe more, if they want to host a playoff game. And if you look 3 weeks ago, it's almost a sure bet the Switchbacks were going to be having a home match. And for both of these teams, they're living on the edge tonight.
Yeah, nothing changes for them, for Colorado Springs, and they'll know it. It's a draw, a loss is the exact same for them. So they're going to have to go for it as this half progresses. If it stays, it just slides under the foot. If it stays as is.
Both teams have had a little nervy moments that have not resulted to much, but man, this crowd is just waiting for someone to break free. I mean, defensively, it's been a little bit of bend, don't break so far for the Switchbacks. They found opportunities. Phillips, he's onside, charging forward now. Zandy comes charging in, and a foul. And Phillips felt like it was a clear opportunity in the fourth booking for Switchbacks. Zandy, McGee, Hanya, and Williams now. But those are probably the yellow card. If you're the Switchbacks, you almost got to take. Phillips was charging in on goal.
Yeah, I had to take it. It was a beautiful ball by Nick Ross, just round the corner. Played with the right weight. The right weight just means it allows Kieran Phillips to turn without touching the ball. Zandy had no choice, and it is not a red card. He's not the last man. Duke Lacroix was there, but great play by Kieran Phillips. This is very, very similar to the free kick we saw Russell Cicerone take on the opposite end right before the half, and Phillips gets his chance here.
You can hear the cowbell ringing.
Yeah, more cowbell. Let's go. And again, go with power here. Even if you put it on the goalkeeper's side, you don't have to go up and over that wall. It is tough to get it up and over.
This is the first free kick Kieran Phillips has taken in a Sacramento Republic uniform if he is the man to strike it. Kieran, a deflection by Colorado Springs. Not done yet. Phillips able to win it back. Man, two big blocks coming from the Switchbacks tonight. And loving the effort by Kieran Phillips as that North stands. Nick Ross had one. Denial is chance that Speedy Williams was in baby pose or something from yoga. Is that the one on your back? I don't know.
It is.
It is. Okay, well, either way, look at this. Another one. And that one's off Rocha. Okay, it stays scoreless, but you like what you're seeing from Sacramento here.
Good start to the second half. You just got to be wary of this. The threat over the top for the Switchbacks. Connor Donovan, he's moving really well. Yeah, didn't expect that when he pulled up 20 minutes into this game.
Well, and how easy it would have been for him just to send that out of bounds. And he keeps it in play and gives Sacramento a chance. Unfortunately, Nick Ross was called just over the touch line. So it will be a throw for the Switchbacks. Just a little bit in front of the scorer and our field camera there. Four yellow cards issued, all to Colorado Springs tonight. This ball's played forward. This is going to be a test for Timmer. Timmer, well, always seems to come through, doesn't he? I mean, that's probably what the Switchbacks are really hoping for, to isolate him and get something. And Damas on the other side. Duke Lacroix, he's going to be a bit aggressive. Now Sacramento showing a bit of press.
Get up the field if you're the Republic. You force them to go backwards. Get your line high up the field. Be wary of the ball coming over the top. You're set. You'll deal with that all day. You know, if that's what you're expecting. Colorado has to mix it up a little bit. You know, a little too one-dimensional to start this second half. And Sanchez flying down the left.
Aldair takes a bit of a deflection. It's a foot race, and able to get the tackle is Mahoney. Last touch by Aldair.
And much better than that as the defender, winning the challenge, hitting off the attacker and going off for a goal kick. He timed it really, really well. You go to ground as a defender, you have to get the ball. And Matt Mahoney, he did it.
Just a step sooner, and it's going to spell trouble for the Switchbacks. Well, this October, join the Republic and UC Davis Health, supporting a great cause with our Indomitable Breast Health Awareness shirt. Proceeds benefit Plaster Breast Cancer Foundation. Grab yours online at the online shop. So the pink lines are on the pitch here at Heart Health Park. Cicerone's got a little space here. He's going to just launch it forward. Nick Ross is going to be offside. A couple of steps free there, but we're starting to see the gap starting to widen a little bit, and here comes it right back the other way. Enriquez is able to collect it just outside the 18. Here comes the cross, and nearly an own goal. Lee Desmond sends it away, as Damas was the intended target, and those will make your heart stop.
And that's the moments that Sacramento has to be wary of. When they commit bodies forward, switchbacks go quick. He's a quiet night so far, Enriquez. That was very, very dangerous. Lee Desmond didn't do too much about it. He had to put his foot in the way. Almost snuck past Vitiello at the near post.
Third corner tonight for the Switchbacks. Not sure what Rocha is complaining about, but he'll get it quickly. And now he's going against, and it's McGee. McGee finding Zandy. Zandy will wind up, and a two-man wall comes out charging to make the stop.
No guesses who blocked that one.
McGee right back up on his feet. No whistle. Cicerone was able to get there. Now into the corner. Here comes the cross. Lee Desmond taking no chances. Will send it up, but now Sacramento can break free. Poking forward. Hanya all the way back in a defensive position, going against Russell Cicerone, and Hanya already working on a yellow, just falls to the ground. Man, you can't touch that guy, can you?
Oh, he did so well. A really good piece defensively, but
you got to be careful. I mean,
you got to get that
whistle
going down that easy, because yes, if you do not get that whistle, but well done. He tracked back, put himself in a good spot, and went down like a sack of potatoes right there. But
Hanya now trying to just send this up the pitch. There's Damas. We talked about his hold play, and now Dami didn't realize there was a switchback coming his way. He just holding on for dear life, as looks like Real was making a move, and probably a smart yellow, but a dangerous position now for the Switchbacks on a set piece.
There's the tiny little lapses in these kind of games where the game's on a knife edge. Make one little mistake, and you could get punished. We spoke about set pieces being important in this game. This it's a great chance, especially when you have some good deliveries available.
I mean, we saw the Switchbacks take down Phillips. Republic do it here. And when you got this much on the line, you'll take the yellow if you have to. Sacramento kind of mentally staying it here, a little bit of a lull. And the delivery, Zandy. Easy enough for Phillips. Oh, it was Enriquez, excuse me.
They get similar hairdos. It's,
sorry, yeah.
Same as you and I, Rob. Yeah. People get us mixed up a lot. Same haircut, same really hairstylist.
Really good looking. All those things come to play. I feel like those are some of the little mistakes that if Sacramento can pounce on them, it might result. And this one will sail over to the training staff for Sacramento. So we got an hour here now, Adam, and you look at the benches and where Sacramento might make a move or where Colorado Springs might make a move. Here's McGee looking to make something happen now. McGee turning. Damas is in front of him. Quickly turning. Alder Sanchez is able to make a big play as Zandy was in on that right side. Great buildup from the Switchbacks, and McGee is really starting to find his groove.
We spoke about how hard it is to play through that back line of Sacramento. You got to be so intricate, and they almost pulled it off. Colorado Springs.
Desmond will float it forward, waiting for Phillips. Lacroix is there. Real comes to it at the midpoint.
Yeah, he's not going to do much of that, Kieran Phillips. He's got 4 defenders in his vicinity. Right. Speak about the bench. You've got a guy who scored last time these two teams met. We know that Trevor Ammon can find at the back of the net, and this is the hour mark where changes will be happening. Phillips is on his bike.
Just couldn't get it past Mahoney. Would have been a 1v1, but right now Cicerone's got a chance. Cicerone looking, saw Ross for a moment, but Aiden Rocha was able to find it. And this is where a little bit of pressure can Sacramento stretch out this switchback side. Working inside, this is where Dami Villader can shine. Villader to the right side. Surging in, looking, surveying, finding Villader. Villader, the ball takes a deflection. A wondrous strike, and Villader knew he may have had the goal there.
A good piece of play by Sacramento Republic.
So a corner kick here, a threat by the Switchbacks a minute ago, and the Sacramento Republic are answering back here. Can they find the goal, the first of the night? And another good piece of defending from this midfield from the Switchbacks. Crowd into it. They're ready, Adam. 60 minutes gone by. Dami Villader. He's had a wonderful night along that right side. A little bit out of his position, but he's ready to go. Cicerone outside the 18. Villader, the left foot. Room here. Cicerone waiting this ball to come through. It's Nick Ross now, and McGee is now trying to spring forward, but Portillo is there. Quickly back. Sacramento ready to recycle some runs. A little bit of a shovel, and now you've got to get back quickly as Ronaldo Damas. Always a threat, and he just brings down Jared Timmer. Probably be a little frustrating for Damas tonight. He has just not been able to get a touch at all.
He is not, and if someone just got that ball at their feet, he was away. He was not going to get caught.
Meanwhile, Cicerone working on Real. And the Switchbacks send it away. It will be a goal kick. And now a substitution, the first of the night, is Sacramento will see Trevor Ammon replace Kieran Phillips. So Phillips will end the regular season with 12 goals. However, Trevor Ammon coming to the game, 9 goals, 2 assists on the year. We see how he can be, and when he gets on, it's on. And we saw some really good looks from Trevor against El Paso a week ago, unable to find the back of the net. But can he find it here in the last game of the season? You remember all the way back to week 1, Adam Moffett, what happened?
I remember what he did in this stadium, in his first home game, his last home game of the season, regular season. He'd love to have another big impact.
He had a brace in the draw with Orange County at that point in time. Seemed like Republic walked away with that one in a Colin Shuttler goal at the end of the game. Just an unbelievable effort by Orange County to draw that game, but we saw quickly some of the pieces Sacramento brought in, and they've had an attacking core this year that on paper has been sensational. Unfortunately, a lot of the injuries have changed plans, but Sacramento now going to rely on Trevor Ammon up top, the only substitution made so far tonight for either side, and that's an easy call. Come right back as Enriquez. It'll shove down a defender.
Around the league, Orange County, it was 0-0 at halftime. They find themselves up 2-1 over Hartford Athletic, which puts them up in a 6th. Oakland Roots currently in 7th. They are still losing 4-0 at home. And we have, if nothing changes here, it's still going to be this game, but we might just ask to just stay.
Everyone stay
tomorrow morning.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Save the travel.
It's not that far to Colorado, especially in Denver. You probably a quick drive back down to Colorado Springs, but there you go.
Those are always interesting. You don't get to see it as much in soccer as you do in other American sports.
Cicerone, Lacroix, the mark. And here's a chance for, and may have been out of play. Alder Sanchez is waiting.
You know, in basketball, baseball, the world, you play the same team and then you make little adjustments. You don't see it too much in American soccer. We do have 2 legs in some leagues.
Yeah. Well, and the last time these two teams met was in Colorado Springs, and the wind was, 30+ mile-an-hour wind. And once the Republic got that second goal, they kind of just shut it down, and they wanted to make sure they walked away there with 3 points. And a massive 3 points it was. And You know, this Switchbacks team here, I know they're trying to find a little bit of an answer. They haven't been able to get a really good look here in the second half. One threat, and that's about it. Sacramento's been the better team here for 20 minutes, so big question, though, how do you translate that into a goal and make sure you end up with that second seed? It's still in play here tonight for both teams. Trevor Ammon. McGee, he's been dangerous tonight. Luis Felipe might see him up a little more of an elevated role.
Well, the front three for the Switchbacks haven't had too much service. Hanya, Enriquez, and Ronaldo Damas. A little frustrating for them. They're still very dangerous. But a lot of the action they've had has been the long-range shots, and Sanchez pulled down by McGee just as he released that ball. They haven't gone to the bench yet, and they will, and this will change the way they play a little bit.
So no Malik Foster, he was sent to Indy 11. But they did acquire Justin Dillon, who's 5 goals, 3 assists, and he might be the next Switchback player to enter the match. Chance for Sacramento here. Mahoney. McGee, here comes Felipe. Very good at those opportunities. Portillo that time. And now can Sacramento maybe keep this possession here, Adam? Zandy battling. Hanya. And I imagine it's probably going to be Hanya coming out, and if Dillon is the man to replace him, it will be. And then we'll make 2 changes, it looks like. It'll be Huerman, the other addition for Colorado Springs. In the middle of the park it goes. Trevor Ammon, quick tap to the right side. Spreading this team out. Enriquez calls for over the touchline, and Cicerone is furious, feeling like the official maybe gave preference to the Switchbacks plea there. Here comes the substitutions, and not before a yellow to Russell Cicerone.
Yes, he could calm down, Russ. I know he gets fired up, but the referee's just telling him, yeah, give me a yellow, keep it going. We'll change the color of that.
So Dillon in for Ronaldo Damas. Sort of a surprising move there, but Dillon, a very dangerous striker. We saw him with San Antonio, El Paso for the start of the year, but made his way to Colorado. And so Huerman will be the other change, and he replaces Yosuke Hanya. So the Frenchman, Huerman, Dillon, Enriquez, McGee, Zandy Williams, Real, Lacroix, Mahoney, Rocha, and Christian Herrera. And then Cicerone, Ammon, Ross, Sanchez, Felipe, Portillo, Villader, Desmond, Donovan, Timmer, and Vidiello.
4 now. Might see another change for the Republic coming up here. Looks like Christian Pirano could come into this game.
Pirano was, I believe, injured this time 2 teams met. And he's the type of player that this can be a real game changer. Justin Dillon, a little bit more size and strength. A different look from what you'll see from Damas. And Nick Ross feeling the pressure. Huerman all over. They brought in to bring some energy. They want to find a goal in this one. Over the top, trying to get Rocha to chase. Rocha to the middle of the park, Portillo. A little bit of a screen there. Tommy Villader just holding his ground. And McGee runs him over.
Were his feet moving?
Yeah, unfortunately, he was inside the box.
He was inside the box, yeah. McGee's threatened. I think for Sacramento, most of the work he's done has been in less dangerous areas, but that's a good job. If you can make him drop deep towards the halfway line, that's where you want him doing his tricks.
70 minutes here in Heart Health Park. Justin Dillon onside. The linesman was in the right position. Dillon, though, going low. Donovan tried to send it. Mahoney will find a teammate, Nate Rocha.
Mahoney, 20 minutes away. Ironman, only outfield player, I believe, this season to have played in every single minute. That is very impressive.
It's incredible.
For a few reasons. You stayed healthy the whole year, well done. Didn't get suspended, well done. I can't do those top two. I never was able to do those top two. And the third one, you played well enough that your coach trusted you to play.
And they made a system change.
And the system change. Yeah. So well done, Matt Mahoney. Hopefully.
Or formation change. That's his off Nick Ross, but they're going to let him keep going. Ross finding Ammon. Ammon. Didn't have any options. Switchbacks have failed to move pretty well and recover. But they've got a little bit of space here now. Sacramento to operate. Villader dragging it. Cicerone running central. Villader tried to force it through. It will be a corner kick at the very least. These are the moments. These are the type of opportunities in the playoffs, Adam. You've got to find a way to score goals on some set pieces. I know it's not easy, but it can be absolutely demoralizing. Crowd stomping their feet.
He gets to swing this in with that left foot again. All it takes is one little touch.
Ammon's been good off the header. This one's still in the air, headed down. Portillo will give it a ride. Hits his teammate, unfortunately. And an unfortunate break for Sacramento is Dillon, and now charging forwards McGee, but that recovery speed by number 5, Jared Timmer, out of Hudsonville, Michigan, is just really underrated, and it's unbelievable every time he does it. It's a center back keeping up with strikers. I mean, it really is.
And I think with Jared as well, because you look at him, he's a big boy. He's strong. I'll say that. That's a nice way to say it. But no one's run away from him. Brilliant recovery there, and he had to get that one right, because if not, McGee was through on goal. That's going to be offside, Dillon.
That was a great combination, but Dillon just a few steps ahead. And here comes Christian Pirano in for Nick Ross. Ross, typically more of a defensive player, but he's been moved up this year. He's had a great season offensively, his best to date. Here's Christian Pirano. He's got 2 goals on the year, both coming against Monterey Bay Union. And now each team has made 2 substitutions. So Pirano, Cicerone moving over a little bit. This trio up top, what do you expect in terms of how they combine? Maybe something quickly here. Cicerone, Pirano peeling off. Cicerone goes for goal near post, and Herrera is able to snag it up. Keep it. May have not gone through, but hey, what a test.
It almost did, and it was a deflection. I think he was trying to cross that to Christian Pirano, and almost worked out a little bit better. It's caught Christian Herrera off guard in his near post. Good alert, piece of goalkeeping though, and that was going to go in. He's a good night, Connor Donovan. Again, speaking about that little injury he had, but just the composure. Those kind of situations, he's not just heading it away and hoping it goes to a teammate. He's getting it under control, good awareness.
And mentally, he stayed in it. I mean, he was giving up minutes to Chibi Okebu earlier in the year. Timmer went more central, and never heard him complain. He just kept doing his job, and back in the starting 11.
He's such a great professional, and when he's in form, he's the best defenders in the league.
Well, he's first team all league last year for a reason.
It'll be interesting to see, though. He's running on adrenaline right now, and the hope is that whatever little pain he's feeling can recover for next week, because Sacramento do have another game next week, but we don't know if it's going to be here, if it's not going to be here. It could potentially be in Vegas if Colorado Springs were to get a win here.
Sacramento get a win, they would propel themselves to second. Portillo delivering, hanging up in the air. There's a chance. It's Timmer. And this one sent high by Huerman. I don't think he'll get to it. I don't know how that wasn't out, by the way. So it nearly touched the artificial turf. But nonetheless, it will be Sacramento. Sava is a tuition-free 7th through 12th grade public charter school. Choose from career pathways, including healthcare, construction, green energy, and more. SavaCharterSchool.org. Pirano. Love about Pirano is after he makes a pass, he immediately makes a move. He doesn't stand around to wait for something. Can create some lanes. Cicerone's been given some space here on this left side. He's going to look to cut it back to his right, and he'll dump it off to Felipe. Instead, Felipe's cross, and it's deflected away.
No, that's called a slice.
Oh, it looked like he got it off of Enrocha, though, but no.
No, that's just a good old slice.
That's not great.
Come on, you golf swing?
Never
Not a slice guy? You hook your shots.
It's called a cut.
Cut, okay, well, yeah, that just came off the outside of his boot. Luis Felipe. No, and I know that from a lot of experience. That exact same thing happening to me. And you've got 15 minutes left in this game. Either side were to get the victory, they would finish second. They would host next week. They would host another game if they were to win that. It's a lot on the line. If it stays as is, Colorado Springs Switchbacks will be coming back here next week.
Memphis with 51, Vegas 50, Sacramento in live standings is 50, along with Colorado Springs Switchbacks, Orange County 46, Oakland in 7th at 44, and Phoenix Rising in 8th at 42 points. This is a little bit of a lull there where it seemed like the play is maybe going to stop, but Justin Dillon's going to find an opportunity now sliding through. Here's a good look for Colorado Springs. McGee trying to cut it back heel. Opportunity! Just hits the crossbar. Timmer has to head it away, but Dillon still got an opportunity here. Deflects away and nearly into the back of the net it goes for the Switchbacks. And what a heart-stopping moment here for Sacramento Republic fans. Huerman was right there on the doorstep.
And breathe. That was very close. Colorado Springs, great play. Love it from McGee. The little back heel deceives everyone. The deflection comes off Donovan, hits the crossbar, and it was chaos.
As Rocha with the look of the night for the Switchbacks, and then Huerman was right there. Huerman and Dillon have really brought another level of energy to this game for the Switchbacks. And they're going to make some more changes. A massive match here in Sacramento tonight. And that is off of Justin Dillon. And Enriquez will come out of the match.
Quiet night from him. Saw the goal he scored last year against the Republic. Incredible strike. Bicycle kick, and Juan Tejada is going to come in. He's a guy who loves to bring some energy. I like watching him play. Panamanian.
And Cole Maracqua is also going to come into the game. Over the top, looking for Dillon. Connor Donovan is there. Really see this Switchbacks team. They're going for it. They've got nothing to lose here in the final 10 minutes of this game.
No, it's the only thing that would change for them between a tie and a loss is the loss would just change their opponent, right? And I don't think you want to play that game of choosing who you lose against or who you play against. But for them, if they were to lose, they'd be going to Vegas next week. And if they were to tie, they'd be coming to Sacramento.
It will be a throw for Sacramento.
What you really want to do is win this game and host Oakland.
I think everyone, yeah. I mean, look at the way things have gone. They have 14 wins, only 10 of those at Whitner Field. So they know how important it will be to play in Colorado Springs. It's difficult, the elevation. This is becoming a little bit of a ping pong match. But Dylan's been a force, really drawing Timmer out. And that one takes a funky deflection that you don't want to see. And Dylan, again, is really having an impact. And Sacramento's got to find their own response on the other end. Is this a full press now from this Switchbacks team? There's going to be opportunities to open it up. Cicerone playing it forward. Sanchez! Aaron on goal. Pirano's in support. Aldair for the follow-up. It's denied twice by the Switchbacks keeper. Aldair with the cross. Sent away. What a stop from the Colorado Springs Switchbacks to save their chance at a #2 seed.
So close on this left-hand side for the Republic. And Aldair Sanchez scored a goal like that not too long ago. One thing you will see, he doesn't get in these situations enough, and maybe could have opted for a little bit more placement rather than just driving it right at the goalkeeper.
Aiden Roach has made 2 stops to prevent Sacramento from getting in on goal. Williams the other with a block in the box.
But what great play. Trevor Hammond finds Russell Cicerone. Great ball from him. He's been lively this second half.
It'll be to Pirano. Pirano dancing with him, getting him on his heels. And now looking up the pitch is Hewerman, and he'll just send it to the other side of the field. Republic have had some really good threats so far this year. Herrera now down on the turf. The problem is, I don't think they're time wasting. This doesn't help them. A draw does nothing for Switchbacks tonight. It'll give their guys maybe a moment to rest, and maybe that's a little bit of a timeout. We didn't see what had happened. So the crowd's a little bit upset, but man, I think if you're going to play some games, let your guys take a breather after you feel like Republic will right down your throat.
Get treatment on that left hand. It looks like Christian Herrera.
Well, and Herrera's been their guy. I mean, you look at the bench, Joe Rice has not a single appearance here this season, so I think it would take a lot for Christian Herrera not to continue. He's played all 33 games. Let's take another look at this opportunity from Sacramento. Felt like there was going to be this moment, Adam, and Aldair Sanchez nearly finding his 4th goal of the season, and just a kick stop, and then Rocha was able to get low because that follow-up seemed all but certain.
Great piece of defending by Rocha, just threw his body on the line. There's been a lot of that tonight, last-ditch defending. Christian Pirano picked up a good spot from in the middle in support of Sanchez. I think it's the right thing to do, though, going for the shot.
Quick step by the Switchbacks. Now they come right back down the Republic's throat. Flying to this space, trying to turn the corner. Duke Lacroix, it's Timmer. And now Sacramento's hearing it from the crowd. They feel this effort. Cicerone waiting for it. It's cut off by Rocha. Rocha looking to cross, back post. It's Dylan, heads it forward. Chance for Sacramento, it's put away. Cole Maraca has gone ahead here in Republic territory. In the 85th minute, the relentless pursuit. It's a substitute who does it. And Colorado Springs Switchbacks can smell second place.
We spoke about taking care of the ball, and unfortunately, Dami Villader tries to switch the play, gets intercepted. That was a fantastic delivery to the back post. Justin Dillon keeps it alive. We spoke about Juan Tejada bringing energy and doesn't get it on the first try, gets it on the second.
Was it Tejada? Excuse me, it looks like Morocco from this angle. Let's take another look.
It was Juan Tejada, and again, this risky ball by Villader. Cut out, fantastic delivery from Rocha. Dillon across, and Juan Tejada not first try, but on the second. And as it stands, Sacramento are heading to Las Vegas.
My fault. Yes, that is Juan Tejada out of Panama City, acquired from Indy 11 midway through last year's, having an impact. Well, he comes off the bench tonight and has the go-ahead goal here. And now the Sacramento Republic will try to find a way, and you imagine that this Switchbacks team will just park the bus if they can. Another opportunity for Sacramento. Has slipped away. It's sort of been the story, but can they get right back into it? Cicerone, back heel, opportunity for Sacramento again. They can't get it through. Just too many what-ifs this year, Adam, and there's another good look at where Sacramento could have leveled it within a heartbeat of giving up a goal, and it goes back the other way, and it remains 1-0 Colorado Springs.
Not surprising that man's involved. Cicerone really dangerous this second half. Just a little indecisive, Dami Villader. We spoke about the injuries he's had this year, and he's maybe a little rusty. If he's full form, he's taking a touch here and hitting this, or even just a Portillo asking for the layoff, just taking control of the situation. Cicerone was offside as that ball made its way back to him, and Sacramento's going to the bench. One last time, it looks like Rafa Harrigi's going to come into the game. Harvey Neville.
Yeah, probably for a defender. Villader flying forward. Here's Pirano now. Tejada with the game go-ahead goal now. Felipe with a big opportunity. Zandy goes to ground, and they stop it immediately.
And it's hit him in the legs.
That is unbelievable. It did not hit him in the head. It did not even hit him in the chest.
And it might have hit him higher than the legs, which doesn't feel great.
Brutal. Well, Sacramento had all the momentum. Herrera goes down, essentially gives his team a timeout. They come out of it, score a goal, and that didn't feel well, but that hurts for Sacramento.
It hurts for Zandy as well.
Well, it won't hurt as much when they have the second seed. And here's Rafa Harrigi to try to become a hero. And he'll come in for Connor Donovan. He'll move up the attack. It means Timmer and Desmond. And then it'll be Neville to come into the game for Dami Villader, who's had a pretty solid performance tonight. And can the late season acquisition do it?
Yeah, and he'll be frustrated, Dami. It's, again, he's had a good night. He's looked dangerous. He's threatened. But again, that goal given up, you know, he'll know that pass he played was a bit too risky. And Zandy's looking a little more dandy. He should be coming back into this one.
Harvey Neville, his father, Phil Neville, is in the stands tonight. Portland Timbers head coach. Team was knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
Barely.
And Sacramento, they've got some time here late. Can they level this game and host this Switchback team a week from now? Pirano's trying to do all that he can to create some space. Hewerman's chasing. Felipe's got room. He'll cross the pitch, at least try to, but Dillon is able to get in front of it.
And this has to be an onslaught from Sacramento, this last minute of regulation.
Neville in, Haregi. So Connor Donovan out of the match for Rafa Haregi. What a night Connor Donovan had defensively. Aldair Sanchez crossing this one, flying all over the park. You can see the red kits just hanging out in the box. You got to recycle some runs, though. Neville, he's looking for a teammate. He'll cross this one in. And it's Tejada who has the go-ahead goals now. And it will be a corner kick for Sacramento. Quickly back in. Rafa Haregi denied. Flying bodies everywhere. And Sacramento's not done yet. To Rafa, again, Rafa, low it goes. It's gonna be Pirano. Too heavy of a touch, too much thinking tonight right now, Adam.
His first touch got stuck under his feet, Christian Pirano. And I think he wanted to get it out of
Neville.
Shot with that left foot. This is 7 minutes.
A lot of time for Sacramento. Rafa and company, a lot of energy off the bench here. Serving this ball in, Herrera is there. He goes to ground. But there'll be plenty of moments still left in this game for Sacramento.
And I'd be talking that someone has to talk to the referee, remind them that the time's got to get going. And we look at Mark Briggs. His team sits in 5th. He will be on the road, which did not look likely at all not too long ago, unless they can turn this one around. Colorado Springs would be at home, and if it stays like that, the Republic's pathway to a USL Championship becomes a lot harder. Still not impossible, but it's trickier, and we say it's not impossible because we saw Phoenix Rising do it last year.
And now more time wasting as Delens-Pierre will come into the match. He'll replace Zandy. But right now it is Juan Tejada with the go-ahead goal for this Switchbacks team. And they're gonna see if they can eat as much of this clock as they can, and what it would be on the road, finish the year here in Sacramento. And this is in part of the story. Sacramento, 22 points lost from a winning position this year in games. The other two teams that do it are out of the playoffs.
He's changed the game, Justin Dillon, bringing him into this match. It was frustrating up front.
A little bit of a mistake. We've seen a few of these, but just too far away was Christian Pirano.
Yeah, no one's fast enough to really trouble Duke Lacroix there. Nervy times at the back, though.
Sacramento fans can feel it. An equalizer would put this team right back at Hart Health Park next weekend. Rafa, what a beauty. To Harvey Neville, gets past Tejada, looking for a cross, looking for a teammate. It's Neville who can't get there. It's a follow-up by Pirano, excuse me, Herrera couldn't keep it. Neville with a sensational look inside. And all kinds of opportunities for Sacramento, and again, just unable to put it away.
Harvey Neville's done really well since coming into this one. Dangerous. Herrera flaps at it, and looks like Pirano and Felipe get in each other's way.
4 more minutes still. Cicerone, he finds Trevor. Ammon battling. Rafa's looked lively since coming into this game. And just going to cross this entire pitch is going to be Lee Desmond with a wonderful ball to Neville. Neville searching. Sacramento looking. Portillo delivering. It was for Ammon. It'll hit off of Hewerman. And Hewerman unable to clear well enough. And now look at this from Lee Desmond. Back to Sanchez. Alder. Cross coming. Sacramento. Nobody on the middle. I might have got ball there, but the drag behind.
He did get the ball, but it doesn't really fly in the modern game. You just come from behind like that. And every time there's a stoppage in play, Colorado Springs, Switchback just take their time, which you're entitled to do. I think again, players need to just remind the referee that, hey, they're time wasting. Make sure we're getting it added on at the end.
Felipe. And too much shirt grabbing.
Send them up. Danny Vitiello might come up and take this, or he might go in the box. I think he is going to send this into the box.
Vitiello. Crowd looking for a little bit of a miracle here. Second header. Rafa brings it down. Rafa trying to turn on it. It gets behind Desmond. Dylan battling. And now he'll go to ground. You can see the Switchbacks hunched over, but man, they just found that one moment of time, the perfect combination, and were able to find a goal late in this one. 85th minute by Juan Tejada.
And if it stays like this, Orange County were able to get an 86th minute winner against Hartford Athletic. So they finished 6th, Oakland 7th. Colorado Springs would host Oakland Roots.
And then they would,
what a treat.
Take the winner of
that
Memphis.
Seems like it is, but
yeah, Memphis, Orange County. And it's going to be a difficult road for any team. You don't play at home, but for the Switchbacks with so many wins at home this year, 10. You know, they're just salivating at the opportunity, and they have really turned their season around. After going winless in 6, they had 2 straight streaks of 4 consecutive wins. Pirano trying to change the fate here. Pirano trying to dip this one underneath. And would have been a wondrous opportunity there, and this might do it here for Sacramento. I mean, Adam, you got to look at, and the month of September and October is where things have really sputtered for this Republic side, who really held the first or second position all season long, and they've been searching for answers. You hear from this team and they just don't know what has gone wrong, and I think it's just those moments they haven't been able to find a little bit of magic. They haven't been able to find someone to come up big. I mean, there's still, you look at the goals allowed, it's the second fewest in the entire championship. Defensively, it's not really the problem, but it feels so much more of an issue.
And this is it.
But a draw here would change everything. Back header, Switchbacks will get the goal kick. There's the final whistle. The Switchbacks go on the road, and for the 5th time this season, they're able to pull out a victory. Juan Tejada with the game-winning goal. And the Switchbacks move to 2nd in the USL Western Conference. And their road to the championship just got a lot easier. James Chambers has to feel very proud of his team. And meanwhile, Mark Briggs and company will find themselves in the postseason, and they'll take on a Las Vegas Lights team that they have fallen to twice this year.
Yeah, and Republic will play in Las Vegas this Friday night. It's going to be a shorter week. Friday night, Las Vegas Lights. And that is a tricky road for the Republic, and they've got to find a way of putting away this frustration that they're feeling. You are in the playoffs. That is a good thing. That is, you might not be getting in there the way you really want to be, but it is still doable.
Man, you look at a lot of teams. New Mexico, 5 straight without a result, so you never know. Switchbacks take this one. Post-game show coming up as the final regular season match concludes with a Switchbacks victory.
At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
This year, the presidential general election is November 5th, 2024. All voters will receive a ballot in the mail and have several options to return their ballot conveniently, including a postage-paid envelope. Voters can also vote in person at any vote center and have access to their ballot in an accessible format, as well as receiving assistance in multiple languages. Be sure to vote early and avoid the lines. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch this.
At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
This year, the presidential general election is November 5th, 2024. All voters will receive a ballot in the mail and have several options to return their ballot conveniently, including a postage-paid envelope. Voters can also vote in person at any vote center and have access to their ballot in an accessible format, as well as receiving assistance in multiple languages. Be sure to vote early and avoid the lines. Learn more at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Fans a bit shocked here, to say the least. How this season started and where we are now, Adam. It's almost hard to figure out what has gone wrong per se, and it's just, you see so many times tonight, if you looked over you kind of felt like Republic were the better team tonight for most of the match. They had better looks, and all it took was this just sensational combination by the Switchbacks, and Wantehata put it away. And I apologize for messing up the call there, but I don't think the Switchbacks will mind after they're going to be in the number 2 seed after tonight. But let's take a look at how it all went down. And early on, again, I thought Aldair Sanchez and from the left side was just dangerous all night tonight.
Yeah, Dami Villader on this one just couldn't get the ball to sit down. Republic did get in those areas, troubled, and then we go all the way to the 78th minute. And this looked like it was going to be 1-0. Last-ditch defending, Connor Donovan, believe it or not, last man gets a touch on it, skips the crossbar. Even on the follow-up, they couldn't find the back of the net, Colorado Springs. And they felt like, oh, maybe it's not going to be our night. We're not going to score a goal.
Well, the Republic saw midfielders deny 3 goal-scoring opportunities for the Republic. And this one felt like this was it, and it's exactly what I'm talking about. Aiden Rocha burned on the play. They stayed with it, and I think that's just sort of the attitude. They never, ever quit, and the Switchbacks were rewarded tonight 3 minutes later.
Good piece of defending, recovery defending, the initial one. And goals change games. That ball goes in the back of the net. It's very different. Again, the turnover here, Villader. Aiden Rocha had good defending on one end. Great delivery here. Justin Dillon changed the game when he came in. Tejada. First one doesn't get enough purchase on it. Blocked by Donovan. And he just taps in the rebound. And that is the goal that sends Colorado Springs Switchbacks to second in the West, and the Republic on the road.
If you looked at the end of May, you're saying this team's not making the playoffs. They end up in the second seed. 16 shots for Sacramento tonight.
Yeah, and not enough challenging the goalkeeper. That's got to put it on target. Really test Herrera, and unable to do it.
Well, here's how it will go. And the New Mexico United will host the Phoenix Rising. And unless something crazy happens, I think we're final. Phoenix will travel to Colorado Springs. Or excuse me, Oakland will travel to Colorado Springs. Orange County will head to Memphis. And then Sacramento will go to Sin City next weekend. And the Republic in the regular season in 5th place in the USL Championship. I want to thank our entire crew here in Sacramento, all the men and women who work so hard to get us on the air each and every weekend. We appreciate all of you. For Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. The fireworks, well, they would go to the Switchbacks as they take on the Republic, and they take the victory on to 2nd place in the USL Championship playoffs that begin next weekend. And clean the slate, start anew. We'll see you next week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.